Boy, it is so beautiful here downtown, and now I have hooked up with Sylvia Son-Menick, who is a Stocktonian. She's a historian, she's a writer, and she's here to tell us the significance of where we are right now, Sylvia, because this water is actually very historic water, isn't it?
Absolutely. First of all, welcome to Stockton.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Glad you're here. And this water is actually the head of the Stockton Channel. And the water used to be part of a slough, which is now made into a DeCarli Plaza waterfall. And from here, you can go straight out to the San Joaquin River and straight out to the Pacific Ocean.
We were on that yesterday, and this is the end of it. It comes all the way downtown right here to this very famous building that we're standing in front of. It's called the Grand Hotel, and it was and is a Grand Hotel.
Well, it is a Grand Hotel. It's called the Hotel Stockton. It was built in 1910. It was like a 5-star, but the first rooms were single was $4 a night, and double was $7.50 back in 1910. We even had the city council move in here in 1910, and they moved out 16 years later.
So wait a minute, the city council liked this hotel so much they moved in here and stayed for 16 years.
Absolutely. That was before the city council had built their own building, or the city hall.
Now, it had its ups over the years and its down.
Everybody has ups and downs, but this has survived the downs. The county was here, and they were here for many years, and then they moved out, and now it's a readaptive use for low-income senior housing, and that's very good.
Now, we just came from the old Fox Theater, which was going to be torn down and a parking lot put up.
All right.
This probably, over the years, could have met the same fate, couldn't it? It could have come down.
I don't think so, because it's not only a historic building, but there are too many people in Stockton that has too many memories and would have let it happen. Now the Fox, some people want to tear it down, but in reality, those that came forward to save it were also some of the old timers.
Yeah.
So this Fox is beautiful, and you went in there.
Yeah.
And you love everything about it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to going in here because it's absolutely spectacular on the outside, but there are a couple of things inside that Sylvia wants to share with us. Okay, now we've come inside the lobby. This is what Sylvia wanted to share with all of us. Sylvia, this is spectacular. Is this original to the hotel?
Absolutely. When it was built in 1910, and this is what everybody remembers, and everybody took pictures in front of this fireplace. And it's gorgeous, it's huge, and it's part of the downtown heritage.
Yeah. So people would come in here, check in the hotel,
Yes.
and sit here in front of this big roaring fireplace.
Right. That's before we had a central heat and also air conditioning. Right.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful place, and looking around here, this is all basically the way it would have looked.
It was that way, and people can look down, and now they can still have events here where people can sit upstairs and have a band downstairs to enjoy themselves.
Now we're heading over here because this is really what you wanted to show us. This has the distinction, you said, of being the only archaeological exhibit in Stockton.
Yes, this actually came from the laundry, the Sing-Lee laundry, across the little alley here, right in front of the Cinemaplex. The archaeological dig was done by Sonoma State, Andrew Priscellis, and his crew.
Now, did they know that that Chinatown, one of the Chinatowns, used to be on that spot?
Yes, they did. Basically, with the 3 Chinese settlements here, this was one of the major ones because it was at the head of the Stockton Channel where the Chinese just got off the boat and crossed the street, and they were into this first Chinese community.
They were right in the heart of it as soon as they got off the boat.
Yes, they were, and so was everybody else. And this was a hub of Stockton's gold rush community.
we're ending up on the roof. And Sylvia, I wouldn't even have known this was up here, but this was a very important part of the history of this old hotel.
Well, up here you get the $1 million shot of the Stockton Channel.
Uh-huh.
From the hotel. They call this the roof garden, and years ago they used to dance under the stars, ate here, and the memories of a lot of Stocktonians was this was beautiful, especially on hot summer nights, and then you can see the sunsets. It warms your heart to think about it.
So there would have been big dance bands up here.
Absolutely, there were big dance bands, and as you can see, can you imagine the sun setting to the west? It is
Look
gorgeous.
at this, and boy, this pulls the history right back together, because this is the Stockton Channel, where all of that commerce has been going on since the gold rush days. You got a straight shot right down the
Absolutely.
channel.
Isn't it gorgeous? I think that, given all that, just imagine the ships that came here, and just think of the gold rush miners and everybody else coming right here and coming towards the street, which is Weber Avenue, and then also those later on at the turn of the century coming to this hotel, sailing from San Francisco and coming here and staying overnight.
And see, I like to think too about the hopes and the dreams of all those people, the Chinese, all of the immigrants who came here, the hopes and the dreams they had when they were coming right up that channel.
That's true, and many of them stayed, and their descendants have stayed, and that's what makes Stockton so great. Not only the Chinese, but the Mexicans, the Americans, the English, the French, the Italians. Oh boy, do we have a lot of Italians. It was all their hopes and dreams, and Stockton was part of that dream, and it still is.
Now